Iranian drone hit Israeli Haifa oil refinery. A dramatic escalation in the Middle East conflict unfolded after Iranian forces reportedly launched a long-range drone strike targeting critical oil and petroleum infrastructure in Haifa, one of Israel's most important industrial and energy centers. The attack is believed to have focused on facilities linked to Israel's massive petroleum processing and refined fuel market, a sector valued at roughly $64 billion, and vital to the country's economic stability and military logistics. According to regional security sources, several Iranian attack drones were launched toward the Haifa industrial zone, an area that houses major refinery complexes, fuel storage terminals, petrochemical plants, and port infrastructure. The facilities located along Haifa's coastline play a crucial role in processing imported crude oil and distributing refined petroleum products across Israel. Air defense sirens reportedly sounded across northern Israel as Israeli defense systems attempted to intercept the incoming drones. Witnesses in the area reported loud explosions and flashes in the sky as interception attempts took place above the city and the nearby port facilities. Israeli emergency services were deployed rapidly to the industrial zone amid fears that strategic fuel depots or refinery units may have been struck. Haifa is home to the Bazan Group refinery complex, one of the largest energy processing facilities in the country. The refinery processes large volumes of crude oil into gasoline, diesel, jet fuel, and petrochemical products that support both Israel's civilian economy and its military operations. Any significant disruption to this infrastructure could have immediate consequences for Israel's fuel supply chain. Military analysts say the choice of Haifa as a target is highly strategic. Unlike attacks on purely military installations, a strike on energy infrastructure aims to inflict economic pressure, logistical disruption, and psychological shock simultaneously. Haifa's energy hub is closely connected to shipping lanes across the Mediterranean Sea, making it a key node in Israel's import and export network for petroleum and petrochemical products. Iranian officials have framed the strike as part of a retaliatory campaign following Israeli operations against Iranian assets in the region. Over the past weeks, tensions between Iran and Israel have intensified dramatically, with both sides allegedly targeting energy facilities, military bases, and maritime assets linked to their adversary. The reported drone strike represents a growing trend in modern warfare: precision attacks against strategic economic infrastructure, rather than focusing solely on military bases. Both sides appear increasingly willing to target assets that sustain national economies and war capabilities. Security experts warn that targeting oil refineries and fuel storage depots carries enormous risks. Petroleum facilities contain massive quantities of flammable materials, meaning even a single successful hit could trigger large industrial fires or chain explosions capable of shutting down production for weeks or even months. Such a scenario would not only affect Israel domestically, but could also disrupt energy flows throughout the eastern Mediterranean region. Shipping traffic through nearby ports and energy terminals could face delays or security restrictions, potentially impacting international trade routes. The broader concern among geopolitical analysts is that attacks on energy infrastructure may signal the beginning of a regional energy war, where oil facilities, pipelines, refineries, and tanker routes become primary targets. If this escalation continues, critical infrastructure across the Middle East, from Gulf oil terminals to Mediterranean refineries, could increasingly come under threat. Energy markets worldwide closely monitor these developments because disruptions in major refining hubs can rapidly influence global oil prices. For Israel, the defense of Haifa's energy infrastructure is considered a national security priority. The city's industrial zone supports large portions of the country's fuel production and petrochemical industry, making it a strategic asset, both economically and militarily. As tensions continue to rise, military planners warn that further retaliatory strikes between Iran and Israel could push the region toward a wider confrontation, with infrastructure, shipping lanes, and energy networks increasingly caught in the crossfire. The drone strike on Haifa, if confirmed at scale, may represent one of the most significant direct attacks on Israel's energy economy in recent years, highlighting how modern conflicts are no longer fought only on battlefields, but also within the vital systems that power entire nations. With oil infrastructure now on the front line, the conflict risks transforming into a full-scale economic and energy war across the Middle East.